bagay-bagay na ina-advance para sa kagandahan ng Philippine cinema. Later on, we will have a Q&A in which we can share ideas in terms of the assessment of what is to come. So, unahin natin muna yung agenda natin for this afternoon. Ano yung cover natin this afternoon? This afternoon, we're going to cover the FDCP Quarter 1 2025 programs and activities, to be followed by the Film Philippines incentives and that of Create Philippines, and then the International Film Festival and market participation. Then Films for Restoration of 2025. We are really working hard on this to restore as many Filipino films as possible. And this is just the start, as we will discuss later on. And then the Filipino films awarded in the International Film Festivals in 2024. Plus later on, we will have the Q&A from our most beloved members of the press. Okay, umpisahan natin sa FDCP Quarter 1 2025 programs and activities. Ang una-una nating alin is yung cinematic na authentic, finding your voice in visual storytelling. This is designed for aspiring and practicing cinematographers in our country. We held this in cooperation with Mobile Fund. In Mobile Fund, for a series of so many Thursdays, the very generous Libriones gave a series of workshops for up-and-coming student as well as semi-professional cinematographers. This is again a joint project between Mobile Fund and the FDCP. This is part of our aim to train the technical aspects of filmmaking in our country, which is part and parcel of an even much larger program when we open our gates for international co-productions, thereby creating a body of technically equipped, if not excellent technicians kung papasok dito ang mga foreign co-productions. This is also to enforce the national registry as far as needs and qualifications for cinematographers. So in other words, we are opening this from students to semi-professionals. And we are very, very happy that a great number of them are not only limited to students here in Metro Manila, but also in the nearby provinces. Another aspect that FDCP wants to emphasize is we are not training only people here in Manila, but we want to reach as far as all the islands that we can possibly accommodate. Second, and this is so important and this is most encouraging, is the FDCP just had the Docs Connect, the DASCOBSI training of documentary filmmaking module. We just had this last week. This is again the thrust of FDCP this year, to develop two specific genres. That is documentary filmmaking and the second is animation. Sa pagbawakas ng 2024 at during the first half ng 2025, nakatutok kami sa documentary filmmaking. Why? Ito ay personal ko lang paniniwala ha. Alam mo Jerry, kung ever makakaroon tayo ng Oscar nomination, ang first Oscar nomination, feeling ko ito ay documentary. Feeling ko ito ay documentary because the Filipino documentary filmmaking is so skilled and the diversity of our culture added to the variety of possible topics to be covered in our country and accommodated by our culture really rich for documentary filmmaking. The Taskovsky group that came over here, they're basically from Europe and they found with great delight both student documentary filmmakers and professional documentary filmmakers with a richness and wealth of subjects to deal with. This is not just a 5-day program, this is our year-long program. Of which susundan namin yung mga dinedevelop na documentaries na yan. And hopefully, by 2026, we will have a documentary film festival. Okay, developed from all these seed projects. Pero, hindi lang ito ang documentary na tinataguyod, okay, ng FDCP. Soon, it's already on the final phases, okay, FDCP commissioned or gave a grant to Baby Ruth Villarama, okay, to come up with a documentary on Eddie Romero. We may launch this sometime in September, a documentary of the 100 years of Eddie, 100 years birthday of Eddie Romero, celebrating him as a national artist. And if plans go right, we will do even more documentaries. We are hoping that eventually we can have a documentary for each and every national artist for film and broadcasting. Okay? para merong recorded proof ng importansya ng mga contribution nila. Last year, we honored them, okay, during the Philippine Film Industry Month. Pero now we're going to hopefully support them with documentaries. Going hand in hand with this, we also launched the National Artist Grants. Okay, the National Artist Grants. Ano itong National Artist Grants na ito? You can be given as much as 2 million for any work, research, whether it is creative or research-oriented, focus on any of the national artists for film and broadcasting. Right now, I know that there is a proposal for a book on Gerardo de Leon, and there are even incoming proposals for a book on other national artists. Meron ng alam kong pinay-prepare na mga books pa rin, okay? And then hopefully, if plans go right and negotiations are eventually settled and proposed, there'll be more books on national artists and documentaries on Philippine national artists. Going hand in hand with this later on is the restoration of their films. Okay, i-restore natin yung mga films ng mga Philippine national artists. Now, itong Talskowski is just the first step. Ito lang ang first step to encourage and develop Philippine documentaries. Alright? And then later on naman, animation naman ang babanatan namin. Okay, animation and mixed media, which is live action and animation. Because of the wealth of talent also in animation. Then next, we're going to have the master class of screenwriting of visual storytelling. Ito yung FECP with the Eugenio Lopez Jr. High School. For some of you have been around for time, remember that ABS-CBN used to sponsor this school called the Eugenio Lopez Jr. High School. Ang mga estudyante dito are dedicated sa photography, sa media. Medyo tumamla yan noong nawala ang franchise ng ABS-CBN. Pero na-realize ko, nung chairman pa ako ng College of St. Benilde, na karamihan ng mga scholars ng College of St. Benilde galing sa eskwela ito. Tapos nung binisita ko ang eskwela ito, na-discover ko na karamihan ng mga estudyante dito galing talaga sa hirap. Okay, galing ito sa hirap. Paano galing sa hirap? Ito ay mga anak ng mga tindera, anak ng mga tricycle driver. At alam natin na they cannot afford college education. Okay, they cannot afford the cost of college education. So sabi namin, let's come up with an outreach program. Let's start with Eugenio Lopez. Okay, we are already having this script writing workshop with them, and visual storytelling, of which Pepe Jokno and Jules Catanyag are going to be the mentors. Okay, and this is dedicated, this is for free for these junior and senior high school students. Kapag successful ito, marami pang mga junior and senior high schools na karamihan ng estudyante, mga mahihirap, mag-free workshop kami. And then we'll come up with a certain module na ito mga bata na alam namin na hindi kayang ma-afford ang college, mabigyan namin ng pagkakataon na magkaroon ng training na kahit wala silang college education, may training sila, okay, sa fields, and they can work on movie sets and they can work on movies. And hopefully, malay natin, baka we may get funding for scholarships to be given to these outstanding students in schools of their choices. Alam ko yan, for instance, kasi sa CSP, nakikita namin dagsa-dagsayan, pero since, lalo na after the pandemic, very limited na ang mga scholarship. Okay, naging limited na scholarship. At alam namin, nakikita ko yung hinanakit ng mga estudyante na gustong-gusto nila mag-aral pero hindi nila kaya. So sabi ko, tignan natin kung ano magagawa ng FDCP to extend this kind of knowledge, okay, without having to go through the tuition fee of formal college education. So ito yung project namin, okay? Ito yung script to screen. Ito yung ni-request namin, kinausap namin ang mga officials ng Eugenio Lopez. Tinanong namin, ano ba ang kailangan ng mga estudyante ninyo? At ito ang sinabi nila. So ito lang ang first step. Later on, naka-identify na si Seymour ng dalawang eskwela na pwede namin bigyan ng ganitong uri ng serbisyo. And then next, ito na naman, darating na ang Pebrero, ito na naman ang Sine Sinta. Okay, ito yung Sine Pag-ibig. Sa pagkakataong ito, may dalawang pelikula kami ipapalabas. By the way, correct me if I'm wrong, Homer and Jen, ha? Kasi wala kaming Cinematheque ngayon. Dahil alam niyo naman na ginagawa pa, hindi pa tapos yung building namin sa Intramuros. Okay? Hindi pa tapos yung building namin sa Intramuros kung saan gagawin ng Cinematheque. Nakipag-negotiate kami sa Ayala. Sa isang sinihan ng Ayala, hindi pa lang namin alam where specifically. It's either going to be in Greenbelt, no? Either Greenbelt.
Trinoma, Circuit, and Market.
Okay, sa Trinoma, sa Circuit, at sa Market. Yun ang magiging mga temporary Cinematheques namin. Okay? And hopefully, kahit may Cinematheque na kami sa Intramuros, magpapatuloy pa rin itong partnership namin with Ayala. Mamaya may excite kayo, lalo na pag pinakita namin yung mga ipapalabas namin sa World Cinema. Okay? Na magiging available dito sa mga sinehan ito. Well, anyway, sa darating na Pebrero, may 2 pelikula na inaugurate ang aming kagalang-galang na team, okay, ng exhibition, si Homer Refuerzo at si Jen Marcos. Okay, na itong 2 pelikulang ito ay ang Gitling from Cinemalaya and Past Lives. Di ba may similarity ang 2 pelikulang ito? May tangential similarity itong 2 pelikulang ito. And we're going to show them. Magkano ang ticket dito? 200 pesos ang ticket na ito. Okay, for Gitling and Past Lives. These are 2 of the most beautiful films I've seen last year. Okay, and you know, it has that whole element of romance involved. And then, moving on, okay, eto na yung mga pupuntahan ng sinusuportahan naming mga Filipinos who are going to film festivals. These are mostly filmmakers, film producers, and kids. First is the IFFR Pro Rotterdam Film Lab. Okay? Miss Rita, ilan ang pupunta sa Rotterdam? Would you know? For the lab, may 2. So in other words, there will be 2 which are sponsoring for the laboratory of Rotterdam. Okay? And then there are also other venues, mga iba't ibang exhibition ng panahon na yan. And then, of course, is the Berlinale Co-Production Market, the Visitors Program. There are also 2, no? Who are going, there are 3. Sino yung 3, Rika? Okay, so there are 3 who are going, okay, which the FDCP is sponsoring. Pupunta rin ang delegation, a skeleton delegation of FDCP sa Berlin. Okay? I guess as you all know, we have reason to celebrate sa Berlin. Kasi nakapasok si Antoinette Hadaole in the Generations program with her work, Sunshine. This is the 2nd major festival that Sunshine was invited. The first was TIFF, okay, the Toronto International Film Fest, and now nakapasok ang Sunshine sa Berlin. So it's very exciting because, as you know, if meron chance tayo mapansin ng Oscar, it has to pass through the 2, Class A, okay, film festival. So far, Sunshine na nakapasok, which is really an exciting success for Antoinette Hadaole and Marisa Macal.
Competition,
no, it's not in the competition. It's in the exhibition. It's Generation. Generation is the program which deals with stories about kids. Okay, stories about young people. Okay, it's not in competition. Okay, hindi natin alam kung may nakapasok pang iba kasi I heard may mga, but I know, I'm sure of Sunshine na nakapasok. So, may pupunta kaming delegation sa Berlin, okay, it's just a skeleton delegation, and we're there also to acquire films for our World Cinema series. Alright, so, how many are going to Berlin? Just 4 of us, and not even going to Berlin because we don't like the cold, okay? There's just 4 people who are going to Berlin. But more important than that is we're going to present, okay, the curation of World Cinema. Ay, super excited kami dito. Pag nakita niyo itong mga pelikulang ipapalabas namin from March 5 to 19, yung mga cinema enthusiasts matutuwa. Usually kasi, we try to acquire, okay, franchise to show these films because we know walang mainstream distributor na kukuha ng mga ito. Okay? And if you see these films, my goodness, they're the Oscar nominees. Okay? They're the Oscar nominees. Can you show them now? But it's March 5 to 19. We have The Seed of the Sacred Faith. Okay. The Seed of the Sacred Faith is showing. This is Germany for the Best Feature Film. Okay, Best International Feature Film. Another nominee for Best International Feature Film, which are showing this beautiful animation from Latvia, Flow. I love this film. Okay, this beautiful animated film from Latvia, Flow. Kaya nga iniisip ko, Alan Jones, can you imagine kung ang Latvia nakapasok sa Oscars? Teka muna, kailangan yata, hindi ba tatagal natin ang medyo, hindi ba? And it's an animated film.
Ang ganda ng animation nila.
Ang ganda ng animation nila, iba ang mata ng animation nila. And then there is The Homie, okay, which is also, this was with Berlinale, okay, which was taken from the Berlinale. And then from Cannes, we got a movie called Bird. Okay, next slide. No, Bird. Then Black Dog. Okay, and A Traveler's Needs, and Young Hearts.
Young Hearts.
Okay, all these films gained recognition and created noise in the various film festivals, whether in Berlin and in Cannes. And FDCP got them so that you can get to watch them. Okay, I mean, cinema enthusiasts can get to watch them. Homer, magkano ang ticket sa World Cinema?
250 po in Manila and 200 pesos in the regions.
Okay, 250 pesos ang ticket here in Manila and then 200 pesos sa regions to be shown in, this is all over Sayap, hindi lamang sa Ayala, in various cinemas all over Metro Manila. So, we have this beautiful festival. Kung talaga mahilig kayo sa pelikula, diehard kayo, ito yung pagkakataon ninyo to see these internationally recognized films. Okay? Then, next slide. From March 28 to March 29, we're going to again revive Sine Kabataan. Enjoy kami dito. Super enjoy kami dito. Ito ay mga short films which are made, okay, by kids all over the country. Dati kasi hanggang 30 years old ang cut-off. Binaba ko ng 23 kasi 30 years old, may apo na yun, ano? Hindi ba? Sabi namin. Hindi kasi nabaliw-baliw ako kasi yung ibang sumasabi na 30 years old, din ang galing na ng sinimula. Parang binagawa itong kumag na to dito. Parang unfair. Okay, so binaba namin hanggang 23 years old. Alam nyo, ang masaya niyan last year, ang best film came from the region, from the Bunturan. Di ba? And this gives impetus to our young regional filmmakers to really be excited about making films and creating stories about their regions. Di ba? Hindi naman lang Maynila ang Pilipinas eh. So ang ganda to encourage them to do that. And this we start with Sine Kabataan, which is going to be on March 28 to March 29. May laboratory din to. May training din na binibigay sa mga finalists na Sine Kabataan. Then next, meron kami Animation Festival. Okay? Ito ay ang Inanimate the Animation Festival, of which ang aming kinakabalabas is yung Oscar entry natin 2 years ago, ito'y Mapupukaw. Okay? Itong Animation Festival na to is both by professional and student animators. Gusto namin iparamdam sa audience, putya ang kagaling ng Filipino animators. Ang masaklap niyan, Alan Jones, kapag magaling ka, napapilot ka abroad. Napapilot ka abroad. Kasi pag magaling ka, alam ko ito dahil sa, nung natuturo nga ako sa CSB, yung pinakamagaling na animator, pag nag-OJT, siya hindi na nakakapagtapos ng college dahil kinukuha na. So sabi namin, we should really encourage Filipino animators to do films and to create Filipino animation na may laman. And si Carl Papa, ang galing nito ang galing nito na push ng animation So, can you imagine if we do, parang flow ng Latvia, di ba? O kaya yung Memoirs of a Snail, okay? O ang gaganda ng mga animation. Can you imagine ang mga kwentong pwedeng gawin ng Pilipino? So, push namin ang Filipino animators. And then, March 2025, ito masaklap. Papublish na namin yung results ng research na ginawa ng NASA.
Ba't ang tagal din?
No, kumuha pa sila ng data. Kasi yung DLSU research team, kailangan ipasa muna nila yan doon sa pinaka-authorities ng research sa Lasal if it is suitable enough for publication. Tapos, it's going to be available worldwide yung publication natin. Alam nyo, pag nabasa nyo yung mga resulta ng publication, magdidismaya kayo. At alam natin kung gaano kalalim ang problema ng Philippine movies. Okay? And I think, that was very well also attested by the Metro Manila Film Festival. Okay? So, kailangan nating pag-aralan ito. And the best way to solve a problem is to know the problem. And not merely to speculate, but to have scientific data in order to prove the ins and outs of the problem. Ipapublish na namin yan. This is going to be available in limited hard copies, but it will be available online. Okay, we complete with statistics and the likes. Okay, this is going to be in March 2025. Tapos, uusapan natin ang mga Film Philippines incentives and Create Philippines incentives. Okay, can you have the first slide? Ito yung mga incentives na ibibigay namin sa mga iba't ibang producers, both locally and abroad. Okay, Yung Film Philippines incentives, meron tayong film location incentive yung flip. Alam namin lahat, alam na ito namang iba't ibang producer. Kapag nag-shoot ka rito at nag-apply ka dito at na-aprubahan yung project mo, may 20% rebate sa ginesta mo sa mga locations. Okay? 20%. Ano ang cap nito? Ano?
25 million.
25. Okay? Alright.
Can go up to 30 for the cultural area.
Oo, depende sa 25 up to actually 25% cash rebate. 25 million per project. Okay, it can go up to 30 kung yung pelikula mo nagpapakita ng kultura ng Pilipino. Okay? And then the International Co-Production Fund, the incentive is up to 10 million per project. Okay, maybe kang bigyan ng up to 10 million per project. Ito yung co-production between the Philippines and another country. Marami nang gumagamit nito. Pero siguro ang isang addition natin dito na idinagdag, yung grant kailangan palabas mo sa Pilipinas. Okay? Kasi na-realize namin na may mga binibigyan ng co-production na hindi na ipapalabas dito. Pero idinagdag namin yung requirement that you have to, not a regular exhibition, but you have to show it. Filipinos have got to see it. Okay? And then, eto na rin yung mga applications, baka this is important for us to disseminate, okay? The Film Philippines incentive programs will have 2 cycles and andito yung mga dates na pinrovide, okay? Yung cycle 1 is from January 27 to February 21, and we will announce it on March 2025. And then the cycle 2 is from July 7 to July 7 to 25. Okay, and it will be announced in August 2025. Ito yung mga cycle kung kailan pwede mag-apply ang mga producers. And then, we have the Create Philippines film program. It is, many 5 funding kami dito. These are for local films. Okay? Meron kaming funding for project development. Kung may script ka na gusto mong i-develop. Meron kaming small budget. Meron kaming large budget, merong post-production at short film funding. This is over and above, okay? This is over and above the grants that we give to Cinemalaya. Okay? Cinemalaya kasi, we give 1 million to each of the finalists. Okay? This is separate from that. These are other forms of funding. Mamaya may di-discuss ako yung pinapakulo namin na isa pang programa, okay? Which is the incubation program. Ano yung incubation program? We're encouraging scriptwriters to give original ideas, and then we will develop, okay, we will select some, and we will have developed them, then we will pitch it to producers. Tapos kung may pera pa kaming mahingi sa iba't ibang mga senador ng ating bansa, ima-match fund natin. Kung kunyari, yung isang producer, kunyari ang Regal will invest 10 million, we're gonna match it with another 10 million. Okay, based on a screen. Pero ang basic qualification dyan, it must be Filipino in theme, but of global quality. Okay? Ang mga peg namin dyan is how to make millions before grandma dies. Mga ganun people na, or even past lives, na still culturally rich but has international appeal. Okay? We're working on that. That's why we're meeting the stakeholders tomorrow to discuss the possibility of the incubation programs. And then, ito yung ibang pupuntahan naming International Film Festival and market participation. Unfortunately, I can announce it now that we can no longer join the postponed MIFF. The MIFF will be held sometime March, but then it is too close to the Hong Kong Film Mart. And yung gastos, yung limited na gastos. So unfortunately, we could not make it. Alam nyo, sayang, dapat ngayon ang alis natin, Dapat ngayon ang alis namin kung di nagkasunog sa LA. Dapat agree na namin sumama si Paolo Villaluna na Director General ng FAP, pati si Dingdong Dantes kasama. Sa aktor kasi may mga meeting na kami dapat with the Screen Actors Guild, with the Producers Guild, with PhilAmerica. Wala, nagkasunog. Nung ginawang March, medyo kahol na sa oras dahil sa nakadikit na sa iba't ibang mga pupuntahan namin festivals. Ito yung mga international film market namin pupuntahan. Okay? Pupunta kami sa Claremont Ferrano International Short Film Festival. Oh, by the way, isa pa rin yung i-develop namin, short filmmaking. Na ba kayo napansin, the TikTok, Facebook Reel generation, short film contents are the way to go.
Yes.
Pero yun, hindi lang nare-release ang tao, mas mahirap gumawa ng short content. Because you have to create an entire effective story with limited time. So, we want to learn more about the short film and then the possibilities of we can bring our best short films. We're going on to Berlinale, as we suggested earlier, and our big event is the Hong Kong Film Mart. This is kasi one of the major Asian markets. Dito, marami-rami kaming pupunta. And so we're putting up a booth for Philippine producers who cannot afford to put up a booth. Viva lang yata ang may sariling booth among producers. No? So we're putting up a booth for others to be able to use the Philippine booth if they want to sell or buy films. Okay? And then, eto, I'm very excited about this, yung mga films for restoration namin. By the way, before I go into that, unahan ko na, binigyan kami ng gobyerno ng pera to buy a restoration machine. Okay? So we can restore our films here in our country. Pagkabili nun, ang next step is to train Filipinos how to restore films. Baka magpapasok kami ng mga French guys, French specialists to come over to teach Filipinos how to restore films. Pag nandito na yung restoration machine, ang dami natin ma-restore. Kasi we're saving money kaysa magpadala natin abroad. At saka, ako bilang isang biktima na I realized that 60% of my films are lost. Okay? So dinamin yung ginawa ko, 60% are irretrievable. And let's not continue that problem in the generations to come. Let's save what we can save right now. For instance, I already got the assurance of Regal na lahat ng Ismael Bernal, lahat ng mga Lino Broca ng Regal and others selected, ipapa-restore namin. Okay? So that can be readily available with walang halos cost sa producer. Pero sa ngayon, ito, next slide, ito yung mga aming i-restore na pelikula na naka-line up. Una yung Death Was a Stranger by Bert Avellana. Remember the most important Visayan film of that time, of Gloria Sevilla, Balisa Kinabuhi? I mean, we cannot lose this film because this is a landmark of Cebuano filmmaking. So, Balisa Kinabuhi, we are restoring. And then, finally, ma-restore na ang Sister Stella L. Okay? And hopefully, pag na-restore ang Sister Stella L, there is a major festival which is interested in showing it. Okay? Baka rin yung isang Lino Broca, yung Ora Pronopis, ma-invite din sa isang major festival. Okay, so exciting yan. Okay, so isa naming trust ngayon niya, pinaglalaban namin ng more film restoration. At ang maganda naman, our government believes in the importance of restoring. Like nung nakakausap kami, nagulat na sinabi namin na Diyos ko, halos walang natitira sa pre-war films natin. Natira poster. Hindi ba? Up to now, wala ni isang kopya ng Dalagang Bukid ni Nepomuceno. And that's really, really sad. Oo. Then, eto yung mga nanalo ng Filipino films awarded the international festivals in 2024. We'll just go through them because these have been helped by the FDCP. There is Hito of Stephen Lopez, which is an animated film. Huli Never Cries, okay, which was in Berlinale. Cross My Heart and Hope to Die of Sam Manaksa, which is also at the Regard Sabuni International Film Festival. The much regarded Gospel of the Beast by Sharon Dayo, which won the best film at the Bali International Film Festival and the Golden Star Award at the Ho Chi Minh International Film Festival. All the Wasted Space, okay, by Chris Brinas, which won the Golden Reel at the DC Film Festival. And then Huling Palabas, okay, Huling Palabas, which was the Cinemalaya entry of Ryan Machado, which also went around in the various film festivals. And there's more. There's Tale of the Land, okay, Viet and Nam, which is a co-production of the Philippines with Vietnam. Vox Humana by Don Josephus, okay, and Rafael Ebihan. And then Blue Room ni Maandang Nasa. Ito yung ganyang karami ng mga pelikula ganyan karami ang mga pelikulang Pilipino na napaparangalan abroad na hindi masyado nabibigyan ng pansin sa ating bayan. At ang masaklap na yan, ilan dyan ang napanood ng mga Pilipino. So we want to make this accessible to the Filipino audience. So, ito yung aming mga pinaplanong aktibidades sa mga darating na panahon. Hopefully, by July of next year, makakalipat na kami sa bago naming offices. Hindi namin actually offices. It's actually the Philippine Film Archive Vault. Okay? It's a 3-story vault where ano doon lahat ng mga old films. Okay? Ando doon din yung bagong Cinematheque. Parang squatter lang kami doon sa Intramuros. Okay? And we're gonna have a very big opening celebrating that. Right beside it is, ano yung pangalan ng park?
Baluarte de San Diego.
O yung Baluarte de San Diego. Okay, doon kami makakaroon ng open air screenings. Okay, sa tabi sa park right beside it. That is to encourage people. By the way, sa namin na plano yan, kung ang tao ayaw pumunta sa sinihan, ang sinihan ang pupunta sa tao. We work out kami sa LGU. Yung mga ginagawa dati, yung mga sa mga park na meron kung may mga napapalabas ka, gagawin namin yan to bring back the experience of watching films as a community. Okay, because hopefully that will bring people to see the value of films. Okay, in terms of whatever. Okay, we still supported the Metro Manila Film Festival. Okay, sinuportahan namin by giving $500,000 to each of the 10 finalists for their promotions. And we will continue to support the Metro Manila Film Festival. I'm not sure kung itutuloy ang Summer Metro Manila Film Festival. Itanong natin kay Noel Ferrer. Okay, but we will still be partners with the MMDA in their various pursuits of the various Metro Manila Film Festivals and the likes. Okay, and with that, ano pa ba? May nakalimutan na ba ako? I think that more or less covers everything. We are pushing training, education, and more so the promotion of the globalization of Filipino film. Pero na-realize namin, ang challenge is for producers to come up with films which are world-worthy. We're all dying to be Oscar nominees. But the first step is we must make films which are Oscar-worthy. No amount of promotion can sell a film which the world is not interested in. You have to make good films, and that's our challenge to producers. All right. The floor is open for the massacre. Let's have our questions.
Kailan matatapos yung FDCT building?
Hopefully, God willing, mga July, hopefully July or August makakalipat na kami. Ngayon, squatter lang muna kami. Pinahiram lang kami ng building sa Makati, sa Mirax. Okay? Minsan, meron doon din yung office ng Sinigang. I guess you've heard of Sinigang. Minsan, pag meron tayong pocket press conferences, doon natin gawin para makita nyo ang ganda-ganda na.
And then, yung machine, yung restoration machine, dumating na ba yun?
Ay, hindi. Kailangan tapos na muna yung vault.
Okay.
Oo, kasi hindi pwedeng dalhin mo yun dito na hindi pa nakahanda yung opisina namin.
Doon sa building mismo?
Doon sa building mismo.
Oo. So, kasama ba sa i-restore yung mga bomba films ng araw? Yung mga saging ni Pasing, batuta ni Dracula?
Ano? Alam na alam mo.
Tsaka Roborats. No, alam mo, ang isang gusto... No, I mean, may value yan eh. Kahit sabihin mo na yung kabalahuraan niya sa mata ng mga tao, depende sa nanonood, may value yan kasi nung ipinalabas yan, nagre-reflect yan ng point ng history ng ating ng country. It reflects, di po, ang gusto ko talaga maristo, kaya lang hindi na maristo ng Temptation Island. Yung original, wala na yung damage na. Betamax copy na lang naiiwan. So, kasi kahit anong isipin mo yung that represents a certain age, di ba? So, I would agree.
Well, ganun kasi di ba, yung pelikulang Uhaw,
Ruben
yung
Avalos.
nagsimula di ba,
Oo.
nung Bob, yung Merly Fernandez,
Oo.
nandyan pa ba yung copy?
May nasa archive ba ako, how? Would you know? Wala. Baka dead film na rin. Baka sa dead film. Baka ginawang torotot na yung
It
mga
all
nagkasiya.
started with Uhaw eh.
Oo, Ruben Avalos, Tito Gaya.
Tito Gaya.
Ito talaga naalala ko pa. Sige. Anyway, any more questions? Any questions? Yes, Maria.
Si Marie, kasi ako muna.
Ikaw muna. Sige. Sige, magsuntukan mo lang. Sige, go ahead.
Direk, how many films ba are you targeting na i-restore?
As many as we can. As many as we can. As long as I'm seated there, ang directive namin sa PFA, sa Philippine Film Archives, restore as many as you can. Kasi we cannot predict how long it will take to restore it. Depende sa damage ng film. Okay? I'll give an example. Yung ni-restore ang May Minamahal, it took 2 years. Kasi yung one part ng May Minamahal was so damaged na they only found that part in Fukuoka. So it all depends on how damaged it is. It can be done as quickly as 2 months, but it can take years if it's very, very badly damaged.
Yung Sister Stella Elvire.
May isang part kasi na damage. Kaya dapat yan last year may na-damage pa. Kasi, hindi ba, wala naman tayong paraan na talagang pangalagaan ng mga negatibo Wala naman Ngayon lang na nakikita natin ang kahalagahan yan.
How much yung cost per
Usually, alam ko yung May Minamahal cost almost 4 million
film?
to restore yan.
Then yung equipment na dadalhin dito?
Hindi naman ganun kamahal. Mahal lang talaga kasi pinapadala mo abroad dahil mahal ang bayan mo, euro. Dito kung Philippine peso, hindi na ganun kamahal. At kaya nang i-absorb ng FDC.
So, direct, halimbawa, pag-restore, halimbawa, ako yung producer, may mga pelikula akong na-produce noon, pero gusto kong ipa-restore, do I have to spend for the restoration o pwede akong makiusap sa FDC na tulungan ako?
Pwede ka makiusap sa FDC. Wala ka nang gagastahin.
Okay. Direct ako naman po. Pero ko lang po yung National Artist Grant. So, bago po yun sa amin, pakwento naman po ng details. Paano po makakakuha ng grant?
Okay, ganito yun. Ni-launch namin yan. Actually, may isa pa ako nakalimutan, yung Films for Peace. Ano yung National Artist Grant? Okay? We decided that kulang na kulang ang impormasyon ng publiko, lalo-lalo na ng mga estudyante at pati ng mga filmmakers tungkol sa ating mga national artists. We said na, wow, we only have Kidlat, Tahimik, and Ritili and La Honor to be around, to be able to interact with people and get to know what they have done. So sabi namin, sige, any research work, any book, any publication, any documentary, anything got to do with the Philippine national artists for film and broadcasting, we're going to fund. We are going to fund. Alam ko na, it started with the Eddie Romero project. Okay? Patapos na, I saw the final, the interlock of the Eddie Romero project. And sabi ko, maganda ito, so why can't we do this? Meron ng libro si Nick Johnson on Manuel Conde. Alam ko may ginagawa siya on Jerry De Leon. So, ang dami naman, tapos si Nick De Ocampo, sabi, gagawa ako ng mga pamphlet for each and every national art. Ano naman si Nick De Ocampo, makalabit mo lang yan, may libro na. Hindi ba? So, sabi, gagawa ako ng pamphlet ko, good! You can have this available to students and, and have this even online. Hindi ba na makikita mo? Good! So, we're giving this grant, okay? It can be a documentary, it can be, may isa pa na lumapit sa amin, grupo. What if it is a film na nobela ni Ricky Lee? Pwede. Pwede. Because it deals with, one of the novels of Ricky Lee.
Para kay Pete ba yun?
Oo, parang maraming novels.
So, direct ipipitch lang po sa FDCP. Paano po?
Yeah, mag-a-apply ka lang. Apply ka lang. Tapos meron mag-i-screen yan kung viable, titignan ng budget. Okay?
Wow.
Oo, yeah. So,
Thank you.
Yeah.
Pwede po kayo mapatayin na yung national guard.
Oo, pwede pa rin yung kay Kidlat, pwede kay Ricky, pwede kay Nora Auno. Okay, pwede. At saka malay natin, may pitching na naman kung sino yung mga susunod na national artist, hindi ba? Meron na mga kinakampanya mga susunod na national artist But as long as it involves, may nagtanong, pwede kay Ryan Cabrera ng music yan Okay? Pwedeng pelikula ni Ricky Lee na may Ryan Cayabyab, okay, kung pwede yan. Yeah.
First quarter pa lang, ang dami ng projects. Parang, saka mamimigay kayo ng pera. ang laki ba talaga ng budget na naibigay sa
Sweet.
Hindi, by the grace of God, okay, and siguro na charming ako, we got the biggest budget ever this year for FDCP. Ang daming insertions na ibinigay. Dahil kasi, ipinakita naman namin yung mga plano namin na mga projects which are based, wala ka napansin, they're basically home-based. They're really development projects. So, medyo nung di ba pagkatapos ng budget defense namin, nagka-cartwheel kami palabas ng Senado. Okay? Dahil ang laki ng ibinigay. At saka ang dami pa nagbibigay ng insertions dahil sa, lalo na dito sa restoration. Okay? So, we're very happy.
Eventually kaya, madadagdagan pang responsibilidad ng FDCP. Like, nabalitaan namin na parang sa FDCP na gusto ipamahala kung magiging nationwide yung Metro Manila Film Festival.
Ako, eto na no. I mean, you trust Jerry Olea to ask that question. Ano? Once and for all, hindi kaya ng FDCP mamahala ng Metro Manila Film Festival. It's such a complicated adventure that occupies the whole year. I've seen it because we helped the MMDA. Okay? I know where Chairman Artes is coming from because he wants to make it nationwide. At ang teritoryo niya ay Metro Manila lamang. I know ang problema na kasi paglabas ng Metro Manila, hindi mo na madidiktahan yung mga sinihan na ipalabas ang anumang sine. At nakikita mo naman yung business aspect ng mga sinihan outside Metro Manila na kung nyari 4 lang yung butas nila sa mall o 2 lang, pipiliin yan yung mga alam nilang malakas ang casting, hindi ba? Hindi nangangahulugan na maganda yung pelikula mo pag ang casting mo hindi mabenta, hindi ka kukunin ng probinsya, hindi ba? So sabi ni Artes, ano naman si Don Artes, kailangan nationwide. Kayo naman, nag 2+2, ibig sabihin FDCP na ang ikaw talaga. Hindi namin kaya. We don't have the manpower. The past chairman, Lisa Nino, wanted to do this, okay, and it was not allowed at that time. Now, if it were offered to us, we cannot kasi that A, we need extra manpower. Okay, B, Diyos ko doon, makikipag-chika-chika ka sa lahat ng mayor, hindi ba? Hindi ba? C, ang hirap yata magparada, hindi ba?
Wala rin sa mandate.
Wala sa... May mandate kami na pwede kami mag-film festival. Pero if you notice, Mel, no, hindi na namin ginawa ang PPP. Dahil sabi namin, instead of creating our own film festival, supportahan na lang natin yung existing film festivals. Okay? Kasi, mas makakatulong ka pa kaysa, Mel, ang hirap-hirap na mag-tumount ka film festival.
Did they tie up with other agencies?
Easier said than done. Alam mo, okay. Alam nyo na simpleng bagay lamang to simplify shooting, yung Film Philippines, lahat ng ayun sa customs, foreign affairs, DILG, lahat siyang kasama. Just to find a common consensus na isang sistema lamang na mag-shooting ka, isang permit lang, hindi yung bawat barangay, hindi ba, kakausapin pa mga tanod, hindi ba? Ang hirap-hirap. Ito pong Pilipinas, Diyos ko dahil. Mahirap. Ano yun?
BDILG.
Lahat ang dami ng problema ng DILG para bigyan tuon ang pelikula. I appreciate the desire to make it nationwide, and I think it should. And it should be fair to all producers. That, their films get to be shown outside. I'll give an example. Ang ganda ng My Future You. But because the stars do not match the caliber of Uninvited, of Green Bones, hindi ka talaga kukunin. Even nga Green Bones had a problem Okay? But it's unfair. Kailangan bigyan mo siya ng chance na mapanood. Another example, Himala. Hindi ba? It was an uphill battle from the start. Maganda kung nationwide. But you know what can change that? Halika, samahan kita. Tatay sa Malacanang executive order.
Yes.
Okay, pag naging executive order yan, Tapos ang labanan.
So bilang naging co-chair ka ng nakaraang MMFF, sa tingin mo ba kailangan bawasan ng entries?
Sana. Ito akin lang ha. Medyo napakarami ng 10. Okay, ano ang dahilan ko dyan, Jerry? Ano ba ang purchasing power ngayon ng Pilipino na manood ng sine? Ina-analyze namin, ano nga nangyari, bakit hindi ganun karami? Inubos ng Hello Love again.
At Hollywood Temple Films.
Oo, tapos sunod-sunod ba? Wicked, ano yung?
Moana,
Moana, meron pa yung Mufasa. So, Mufasa. Naubos ang pera mo, limited, kaya medyo marami ang 10. Sana man ibalik sa 8 o kahit ang 6. Oo.
Eh kasi nga direct, watching movies has become a luxury.
It is.
Hindi katulad nung araw na ano talaga, libangan ng lahat.
No, napatunayan na ng research ng Lasal eh. Wala nang DNE audience na nanonood. Eh kasi naman ba, kung 600 pesos ang minimum wage mo, gagasta ka pa ng 400 para manood ng sine. E mabuti kung yun lang ang gagastahin mo, kakain pa kayo, magta-transport pa kayo.
At hindi naman ikaw lang ang manunood.
Exactly. Tsaka isa pang nawala, which to say, admitted nawala ang return business. Yung, di ba gusto mong pelikula, no? 3 beses mong papanoorin. Ngayon hindi, papanoorin mo minsan, iintayin mo sa Netflix. Di ba? Iintayin mo. So, yan, Esther.
Can you share some findings dun sa phases na ginawa ng Lasal?
Well, okay, number 1, ang ano ng survey is, ang pinapanood pa rin hindi content kundi artista. Artista pa rin ang principal na batayan. Ikalawa, nawala na ang DNE audiences. Tapos ikatlo, may mga preferences sila na papanoorin. Unfortunately, romance is no longer something that you watch in a cinema. In other words, ang mga priority nila yung mga ano. Tapos, mga masaklap, 76% of the audience prefer foreign films. That's really sad. Now, you ask yourself, what happened? Why 76%? Remember, ang audience mo ngayon is ABC, not even A, B, and C. Okay? Ang taas ng standard nila. Another thing nag-affecto, alam mo, MJ, kung ano naka-affecto? Yung pandemya. Nasanay na manood ka na lang sa bahay. At saka, kakapanood mo ng mga Korean drama, tumakas ang antas mo ng production. Okay? Kaya kung puchi-puchi yung production mo, hindi ba? Hindi ka papanoorin. Sabihin, sulit ba ito ng 400 ko? Hindi ba? So tumakas ang antas. It's both bad and good. It's bad because na-limit ang nanonood, but it's good because tumakas ang standard ng manonood. Okay? At alam mo, isa pang masaklap na sabi nila, ulit ng ulit na lang ang mga kwento. Gusto nila ng mga bagong kwento. Ayaw nila ng yun ang ginala. Sabi nila, bakit naman yung Hello Love Again? Wow, that was the perfect storm. Hello Love Again was a perfect storm. Imagine the Prince of Kingdom A with the Princess of Kingdom B appearing in the movie which is a franchise, a sequel to a successful franchise, talking about OFWs. Ay po dyan, huli mo. At saka ang maganda na patunayan na nag-number 8 sa Amerika. Marinel, ganun pala karami ang Pilipino sa Amerika. Hindi ba kaya mag-number 8 sa box office? Untapped ang Filipino diaspora as an audience. So pwede ka magpalabas ng Filipino film na siyempre ngayon mga Pilipino pa nanonood, pero kung magandang-maganda, mahahawa ang international audience na ginawa mo. Who would have expected Grandma? Hindi mo kung episode dyan ang alaala mo kaya, di ba? Pero ang ganda dahil it is authentically Thai, but it resonates with our Asian sentiment. So, challenge siya. Yeah. Challenge.
Siguro aside din sa streaming platforms, yung paglaki na rin po ng Smart TV, ganda na rin po ng features ng Smart TV.
Yung teknolohiya. Nakakatakot ang technology, hindi ba? It overruns us eh. We cannot keep up, okay, with the demands of technology. That's true. That's very true. Ako, bago mo mapanood ng sine, better be worth watching. Okay, go ahead.
May isang question din po tayo para sa industry namin. May pagbabago po ba or additional po sa activities ng FDCP now for the tribute of to Miss Gloria Romero.
Well, yeah, actually, we paid tribute to her last year sa Parangal ng Sine. We paid tribute to her together with others, no. Siguro sa darating na April, may Parangal ng Sine na naman, we will give tribute to her again. Okay, si Gloria Romero. Which is, I can't, but April, meron kaming uling Parangal ng Sine of which we are paying tribute to 4 Filipino icons. I can't name them right now para may surprise. But definitely Gloria, Tita Gloria is very much a part of my life as well with my years in Palibasang Lalaki. Yeah.
Thank you po.
Well,
Yung last question ko na lang, direct. Nakakatuwa siyempre, tumaas na ang budget ng FDCP. Pero in general, malaki na slash sa budget for arts and culture.
Totoo. Lalo na sa CCP.
So, how true?
So ang tanong niya, how true, alam ko na, unahan ko na, how true na wala ng Cinemalaya this year. Di ba yun ang gusto mong itanong?
Paki-answer once and for all.
Meron pa this year. Mag-uusap pa ang Board of Trustees ng Cinemalaya with Mr. Cojuangco and Luis Ilian. Meron pa, assured yung this year.
So, pwede wala na lang.
Assured this year.
Kaya pa mo ba hindi nag-announce ng call for entries?
Assured not this year.
Pero pwede bang ma-save? Direct.
Yeah.
So, direct, paano po kaya masasave? Halimbawa, may private companies or, agencies or major sponsors na pwede po kausapin.
Yeah, I mean, I think that is the alternative being given by Mr. Cojuangco and Ms. Ilian. Okay, that they're looking for private. They will be looking for private in the event na hindi na talaga masuportahan ng CCP. Okay? Sabi nila, alam ko na next question yung kaya ba ng FDCP? Hindi namin kaya yung hanapin. Dahil medyo may kalakihan. We can just give support dun sa mga napiling films sa other that we cannot handle. At saka, we cannot support a specific festival because we have to be fair to all the other festivals which ask for support.
Mondo, ano po ang personal yung damdamin doon, direct? Bilang naging matagal po kayong kasapi ng cinema.
Nasa shoutout ko yun sa Facebook. Saddened, heartbroken.
This is the end of something great.
This is the end of something great, but hindi siya na-save. Mel, Chris Martinez, Lau Fajardo, Dan Villegas, Antoinette Hadaone, Sigrid Bernardo. These are all children of Cinemalaya. How can we put an end to something as important as that? How can we not say that it is part of Philippine culture? And how can we possibly imagine Philippine culture without cinema?
So, direct kung meron po kayong personal na panawagan or call or suggestion or whatever, ano po ito?
Punta kami, baka mag-asabi. No, we need Cinemalaya. We need Cinemalaya. It has been around for 20 years and it would not have lasted 20 years if it were not important to the development not only of Philippine cinema but the evolution of Philippine culture. I think we should look at cinema as an artifact of every phase of Philippine history and we should give due respect to that. I worked with Cinemalaya for so many years. It's very close to my heart. And it will completely devastate me if it should come to an end. Ano na mangyayari sa future filmmakers natin?
Thank you, Direk.
Okay. Okay lang, meron ako. Yes, Iho.
Sir, balikan ko lang po yung mga nabanggit na projects nyo. We are like projecting the Philippines as a premier filmmaking destination for international productions. You mentioned 20% tax rebate. Is this new or is it adjusted? And how it is important that we do this? Because, it will steer economy, create job opportunities. Secondary ko lang sinabi niya, sir, na pwede kumuha ng pool from skilled filmmakers that we have this project na students, semi-professionals.
Yeah. Let me answer you in 3 points. Let's been around. No? We're trying to be competitive, but I'll be honest with you, wala tayong laban sa ibang bansa na mas mayaman sa atin. They give better incentives because they are richer. Okay? But number two, alam mo ang advantage natin, ang gagaling ng mga technicians natin, we have the best, one of the best skilled technicians and film technicians in the country. Not only film artists, but film technicians. And number three, we're an English-speaking country. Any country can come over and there will be no communication problem. So, I think the government is slowly realizing the importance of filmmaking. But may isang production na pumunta dito, how many ancillary businesses make money out of that? And I'm not only talking about the production houses and the likes, transportation, catering, you know, when you go to a town, the accommodations and all that, ang daming apektado. Now, if we are able to encourage them and make us into a film hub, okay lang yan. Ang daming makikinabang. Remember when a TV network closed down? It was not only the network that was affected. The ancillary businesses around were also affected. So if you make a specific media industry flourish, ang daming affected businesses then. And it can certainly bolster the economy. And I think that's very, very vital. Now, ano ang ating problema? Share, ang yayaman ang ating mga kapitbahay. At talagang brasuhan, and I'm not kidding. Pagdating mo sa film market, brasuhan. Okay? I'll give an example. Ginamit ng isang example. May isang production dito, French production, andito. Yung producer na, meron ng co-producer, may Filipino ng co-producer, okay? Nagpiprint na po dyan, nasulot pa, kasi mas maganda yung offer ng kabilang bahay, ng kapitbahay natin. So kailangan lakasan natin ang loob natin, at pagandahin natin ang what we have to offer. Okay? Not yung kasi pag pera usapan, di ba? Pera usapan, at least malinaw pera yun. Pero yung kailangan, gandahan pa natin. Kaya nga, we are trying to facilitate yung one-stop shop na isa lang ang permit na ang dali magkapag-shooting. Di ba? Nung nag-meeting kami, I gave an example. Kunyari, dati pag nag-shooting ako, pag nag-shooting ka sa Tomas Morato area, di ba? Tumawid ka ng Tomas Morato, ibang barangay na yan, ibang bayaran na yun. Di ba? Remember MJ, Sacred Heart, at saka Laging Handa. Tumawid ka lang ng Laging Handa. Okay, square one, ba naman naman babayaran. So, we'll settle everything. Gusto namin isang bayaran na lang na wala kang komplikasyon. Walang komplikasyon. Saka, isa pa yung seguridad daw. How secure is the Philippines? Siguro, hindi naman tayo wala naman nakikidnapan dito. So, we have to assure that. Yeah.
Sir, yung nabanggit niyo po na yung ganun ba yung kasama offer natin or pwedeng ma-assure when it comes to international production, iisa na lang yung permit because Philippines...
We are working on that. We're desperately working on that. We're trying to come up with MOAs with the various agencies so that preparation pa lamang customs, pagpasok ng equipment, security, pagpunta sa mga location, accommodations, alam ng lahat, we're vetting kung sino yung mga production houses na mapapagkatiwalaan, di ba? Nire-recommenda na namin sa National Registry.
Sir, dagdag na lang po.
Yes.
You mentioned you received the biggest budget for FDCP and 25 million pesos yung binibigay yun for international co-production. Pero sa co-prods, kung gagamit ng location dito, may cap ba tayo? Kasi we have cycle 1, cycle 2.
Meron cap. Magkano ang cap natin dun sa ano?
Depends po din sa amount na matatanggap ng movie. Pero hindi talaga nagka-cap sila.
Oh, it all depends. Okay, it all depends on the budget of the movie.
Per number of prods, may ganun ba?
Yeah.
So far, sir, may January 27 ang start dito. May mga nagsabi na...
Meron na. Meron na mga masisigasit tayo mga producer na nagko-copro. Nandiyan na sila Bianca Balbuena, sila Allenberg, ang mga suki na ng FDCP kahit anong kapanahon na ni Chairman Dino. So marami na. But we are encouraging the newer ones to come in.
Last time, sir, what are we looking for? Bukod din sa tatanggapin nila yung offer natin, may specific ba tayo hinahanap na international abroad?
No, well, we screen, okay? We screen which ones will approve. Alam, papuntahin mo dito tapos pakita mo na, di ba? Magpapatayan, nakikidnapan, at ang Pilipinas ay unsafe place. Remember yung pelikula na nakaroon ng plane crash kunyari, tapos mga Pilipino, mga pinag-portray ng mga kung ba't mo magbibigyan ng pera ng gobyerno, we screen that, we vet that. Okay? And then we also see the potential of the filmmaker, okay? And the track record of the filmmaker. Yung producer, kilala na namin yung mga yan okay? But we also see the viability of the filmmaker.
Thank you, sir.
Alright.
Sir,
quick question lang po din sa restoration kasi sabi niyo makakasave talaga ng malaki. In terms of restoration time, mas mabilis din po ba with the machine?
Ay, oo. Because number one is you don't have any more difficulty of transport. Okay, and it's just here na. Okay, siguro ang magiging critical lang din yung training ng mga tao na maghahandle ng mga pelikula. But then it will really save a lot. And hopefully by the end of my term as FDCP chairman, and I think one of my greatest ambitions is to have restored as many films as possible.
Thank you.
So, hindi ka nangangarap na maging in perpetuity na for life kung pagiging FDCP chairman.
Cherry ulit. Ang tanong mo kung may pangarap ako na to be the chairman in perpetuity.
Meron bang gano'n?
Number one, meron bang gano'n? Continuous ako sa aking presidente. Hanggang 2020. Actually, hanggang July lang ako. Dahil tinatapos ko lang ang term year. So, hindi ko alam kung i-renew ako.
Every year ba yun?
Every 3 years?
Every 3 years. Every 3 years. So, 30 years, so occupied 1.5 years. I have 1.5 years. So, by July, end of term ko. Now, kung i-renew ako, hanggang 2028 ako. Saka Jerry, isa lang sasabihin ko, gusto ko nang gumawa uli ng pelikula. At habang nandito ako, hirap na hirap ako makagawa ng pelikula. So, yun. At kailangan ko lang love life.
Yun ang gusto.
Thank you.
Ano pa na? Wala nagkatanungan? Anong Jones? Wala kang tanong?
Mamaya na, yung ibang tanong.
Ang laki ng utang na loob kay Alan Jones. Sinagot niya yung question ko. Okay. Are there any more questions? Okay? Sana lagi naman supportahan niyo yung FDCP and then